Emily? Where are you right now?
Huh? I'm with my friends. Why? We're having lunch at this nice Italian restaurant. What do you want?
What? I told you, Rhonda is coming over for lunch today. I asked you to stay home. And you said okay. I'm already at the hospital.
Oh, really? I don't recall. Sorry about that, I completely forgot.
Rhonda can't get in the house. She's crying. My friend saw her and called me to tell me. I'm still waiting at the hospital. Can you go back for her?
What? You serious? I can't do that, we just ordered. I can't just leave now.
What? Please, I'm begging you.
I'll get back as soon as I finish eating. Just tell her to stay with your friend or something. It's only for a few hours.
They got plans today. They gotta leave soon.
Ugh, seriously? And Hartley, you're pregnant, right? What are you doing going out anyways? You should have stayed home. This is all your fault, you know that? This isn't my problem. Figure it out.
What? I'm here for a checkup. Please?
No can do. And listen, this lunch, it's gonna benefit us in the long run.
What do you mean?
These are our neighbors. Being friends with them won't hurt. Who knows when we're gonna need their help? Gotta keep your friends close, you know what I'm saying? You're unsocial, so you probably don't have any friends, but the point is I'm doing this for us. If anything, you should be thanking me. Ugh, whatever. Gotta go. Bye! Hartley, we're going camping tomorrow.
Excuse me?
I'm eating with my sister right now, and that new camping part that just opened up, they went there last week. They said it was a lot of fun.
Camping park? You mean the one outside the city?
Yeah, that one. They said it was great. So I made a reservation.
Oh, I can't go though. I'm 9 months pregnant, so...
What? So what? You're not sick or anything. You're just pregnant. Stop complaining, okay? No worries. Bobby will drive us.
That's not my point. Look, maybe next time, okay? You guys can go without me.
No! This is a family event. Everyone needs to be there. And I already made a reservation for 4. I'm not taking no for an answer.
Pick up! Hey! Please, come back! You can't just leave me here!
I had no choice. You're the one that said you didn't want to go. And I can't go home now. Good luck.
What have you done? Rhonda was right in front of us. She was crying, telling you to stop. This is gonna traumatize her. And I've been seeing this for a while now. How can you do this to us? What is wrong with you two?
It's called discipline. You understand what I'm saying?
What?
You heard me. She needs to learn. You're not teaching her anything, so someone has to step up. I taught her a valuable lesson today. You have to treat the elderly with respect.
Seriously? You do realize I'm pregnant, right? I gotta be careful. You know that. Right? I wasn't gonna risk my baby to go camping. That's why I said no.
Whatever. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? Figure it out. You did this to yourself. You gotta take responsibility for your own actions. You understand? This is not our fault. You didn't come because you weren't confident enough to protect your own baby, right? Some mother you are.
What are you talking about? Why should I take unnecessary risks in the first place? Bobby is useless. He can never think on his own. He needs his mommy to tell him everything. I mean, what kind of person abandons his pregnant wife just because his mom told him to?
What did you call him?
You heard me.
How dare you? You're unbelievable. And you're too overprotective of your daughter. That's why kids these days are so weak and fragile. Whatever. I'm gonna tell everyone that you're a terrible wife. I'm gonna tell all our neighbors.
What?
It's true. I always take care of you. But you treat me like crap. And you're always talking behind my back. After this, none of the neighbors are gonna talk to you again. Sucks for you. Oh well, gotta go. Bye.
You almost there?
Huh?
The camping ground. You almost there?
Yeah, almost. It's so beautiful out here. You should have come. And then none of this would have happened. I'm gonna have so much fun!
I don't think so.
Huh? We're here. Don't text me again. I don't care if you go into labor. Bye.
Turn around.
Huh? What the? Is that... Dawn?
Yeah,
What? What is your father doing here?
my dad owns that place.
Huh? You said he owned a golf course.
Yeah, but he started investing in new property.
What? The gates aren't opening.
I know. I told my dad about everything.
What?
That you guys abandoned me here, even though I'm 9 months pregnant. I said I wasn't gonna go because of the baby, but in a way, I was trying to protect you guys. If my dad saw us, he'd flip out, and I don't blame him. I mean, what kind of person takes a pregnant woman out camping? That's why I didn't want to do this.
What? So you're saying you were trying to protect us? Give me a break.
I was. I told him I was okay with this, but I don't know if he got the message. He's probably pissed, though. Well, it's out of my hands now. I'm done helping you. You guys can figure this out on your own.
Hey, talk to your father right now. Bobby went to talk to him, but... just call him, now! Tell him that you got out of the car on your own.
What? But if I remember correctly, you dragged me out.
Oh, stop. Just stop. I was just fooling around, okay?
I'm pregnant. You could have hurt the baby. You realize that, do you?
You're so stubborn. You gotta keep an open mind about stuff. You might have married my son. So technically, you're family. But at the end of the day, you're just a stranger to me, so... If you want to make this right, you better talk to your father!
Family? Give me a break. You make me sick.
Huh?
And I'm not gonna talk to my dad for you. And I'm done. I'm divorcing Kyochi.
What? You're kidding, right?
Nope. I thought I could make this work, but I'm done. No more.
What kind of a mother are you? What about your daughter?
You don't care about her, and you don't care about the baby. And neither does your son. He doesn't give two shits about our daughter. And you two abandoned a pregnant woman in the middle of nowhere. I'm not doing this anymore. We're done.
Wait, hold on. Where are we supposed to live? You can't just kick us out.
Yeah, I can. That house is under my dad's name. And you two aren't family anymore, so... I want you guys out by the end of the day.
What? You can't do that! No way! What the hell is wrong with you? After everything I've done for you!
What have you done for me exactly? Refresh my memory. How's Bobby doing?
Huh? He's not back yet.
Looks like he's apologizing to my dad. You should go check on him.
What? I can't do that! Please, Hartley, do something! I apologize! Oh, your father just came and took the car keys! And he took Rhonda with him! He said he never wants to see us again! What are we supposed to do now?
You gotta take responsibility for your own actions. Figure it out. You're the social type though, right? I'm sure your friends will help you out. Call them up. You'll be fine. Dad told his employee to pick me up and drive me home. Then he abandoned my husband and his mother at the camping site. A few hours later, he came back with Rhonda. Rhonda started crying when she saw me. It was such a relief to see her. Then, a few hours later, my husband and his mother came back. Looks like they walked home. They started begging us for mercy. But it was too late. We were done with them. My husband begged me to take him back, but my mind was made up. A few weeks later, the divorce was finalized. They had nowhere to go. They went to stay at a cheap motel for a while. Not sure what happened to them after that. I heard from a friend that they were now living at the park. Anyways, just the other day, I gave birth to a beautiful baby, and my parents moved back in with me. Raising 2 kids on my own was impossible, so I was really grateful. Anyways, I'm just so glad that those 2 are out of my life. Glad everything worked out.
Mom. Hey. What, Brett? I'm busy now. I need to go pick up Aaron. So, can you not bother me? Sorry. Look, I got a letter from school about my parent-teacher conference. Is the 22nd next month okay? If you aren't free, you can tell them what's a convenient time for you. If you let them know this week, you can change the date. What do you want to do? Parent-teacher conference? What a bother. I'd go for Aaron, but I don't want to waste my time for you. But it'll be 10 minutes if it's quick. Aaron has a conference too, doesn't he? Yes, but it's not the same for him and you. I'm busy. But I was complimented a lot by Miss Turner. She said my grades are excellent. Apparently, I can go to almost any college I want if I keep this up. Mom, please talk to her. She wants to tell you how hard I'm working. What's the point in talking to your teacher? I'm not interested. You're letting her praise go straight to your head. I didn't get carried away. It's just, I studied so hard for the last 3 years. So I wanted you to know that. If you really thought you worked so hard, you'd have nothing to prove. This conversation is now over. I'm going to pick up Aaron. Tell the teacher I'll be absent from the conference because I can't take time off from work. Okay? Yes. Hey, Mom. Why won't you come to the hospital? There's no one to pick me up, so the nurses are concerned. I can't give you a ride. Aaron's football game is about to start. You're not a kid anymore, so go back home yourself. But I broke my leg. I'm not used to crutches yet. I can't walk home alone. Stop whining. It's your own fault that you got injured. It's embarrassing that you broke your leg by falling off your bike. Oh, you're so clumsy. A little kid jumped out in front of me suddenly. You should be glad that I didn't hit him. Whatever. If it was Aaron, he would have avoided him and been safe. This kind of thing makes the difference in you and him apparent. He's just built differently than you. Fine. I'll figure out how to get home myself. As you should. I don't intend to spend my time on you. You need to do your own things by yourself. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm going to Hawaii with Aaron from next week. Don't cause me any problems while we aren't home. Huh? Hawaii? Are you leaving me alone while I'm injured? Of course! We've been planning this vacation for a while. We're not going to cancel just because you got injured. You're going with just the two of you? We're going with Aaron's school friend and his mom. His family have been doctors for generations, so they're loaded. It's so great that Aaron goes to school with other rich kids. A lot of talented kids go there. It's so different from your high school.
Just because I don't go to a private school like him doesn't mean my school is bad.
It's a whole different world. Don't try to compete with my Aaron. You're just average next to him. You and Aaron are on completely different levels. What if his friends find out about your existence? That'd be so embarrassing.
Huh? Wait. You haven't told his friends about me?
Well, no. We've said that he's an only child. It's okay, right? You might as well not exist anyway.
Might as well not exist. How can you pretend like I don't exist? I'm right here.
You should be grateful that I'm letting you attend high school to the end. Actually, I wanted to kick you out from my house when you turned 16. Your English teacher told me boisterously that not finishing high school is bad. I could have ignored it and kicked you out, though. But it would be troublesome if that got out and people labeled it as negligence or abuse. I didn't want to taint Aaron's reputation that way. I had no choice but to let you finish high school, but I won't take care of you after that.
You don't need to tell me that. I'll leave here as soon as I graduate high school.
The house will be roomy once you're gone. I'm looking forward to it.
I've had enough of living like this too.
Then I'm going to go watch Aaron's game. So, conversation over. Bye.
I'll leave the key in the living room. I didn't make a duplicate, so don't worry.
Never come back to the house again. The moment you step out of that door, you'll be a stranger to me. Don't mention anything about us out there.
Do you really want to exclude me so much? Why did you give birth to me if you're going to go this far to get rid of me?
I had you as insurance. When Aaron was born, he was so small, so I was worried that he might not grow up to be a normal size.
Insurance? Is that how you think about your own children?
But Aaron grew up big enough. He's been so lovely since he was a baby. You, on the other hand...
What?
You cried at night so much and started walking so late. On top of that, you were such a rebellious kid. Not lovable at all. It was such a waste to give birth to you.
Rebellious? When was that?
When you were 1 year old. Whatever I did, you hated it, and it was troublesome for me.
I was a baby. That's completely normal. It's a part of growing up. You've hated me all this time because I was a normal kid?
The quality of a human being is obvious from when they're a baby. I don't make wasteful investments.
Mom, I think I get it. Dad must have left you because you're such an awful person.
What did you say? How dare you speak to your mother like that? But you're all bark and no bite. I don't think you'll get a decent job without going to college. Your future is doomed anyway.
Even if my income is low at first, if I work hard, I can make it. I can buy a car, a house, even get married.
You're so naive. A broke person always goes into debt. If you get married and have kids, things would only get tighter for you. And then your kids will be poor as well. It's a vicious cycle from generation to generation.
You don't know that.
I do know. You just don't know anything about the real world. Your future is set in stone. You have the life of a loser to look forward to.
Shut up! This is where my life begins. You don't get to decide for me.
Wow, you really do bark a lot.
I will be successful in the future for sure. I'll work hard until I'm rich and famous. You'll see. I'll bring you down a peg or two someday.
It's been a while. It's your mom.
Yeah, I know who it is. It's been 4 years since you contacted me last. I just thought you cut ties with me completely.
There's something I want to ask you. Do you know a book called Raised by a Toxic Mother? It's been a big hit these days.
Yeah, I wrote it. It's a non-fiction book about my own life. It's well written, right?
What? No, that is not the issue here. Don't be stupid.
What? I can write about whatever I like. Have you ever heard of freedom of speech?
The toxic mother that you've written about is clearly me!
Is that a problem? To me, it's the truth that you are a toxic mother.
My reputation is taking a hit. I am not a toxic mother!
Is that so? It's not as if I revealed your name and personal information.
But you wrote it in a way that people who know me would know.
What are you trying to do?
I have friends and relatives who have noticed that the toxic mother from the book seems a lot like me. And the rumors spread from there. Aaron's reputation started to be ruined too. He's just launched his business. It's a critical time for him, and you're ruining it.
Wow. That's my big brother for you.
But because of these weird rumors, his business isn't going well. Plus, his fiancée called off the wedding. She was his client's daughter. His life was going so well. But you ruined everything!
His fiancée ditched him just because of that? Sounds like he wasn't that well trusted from the beginning. Because he's been such a womanizer from a long time ago. Only looks matter in women. They should just shut up and spread their legs, was almost a catchphrase for him. By the way, I wrote that in the book too. Was that the reason he was dumped?
This isn't funny. I'll sue you for defamation.
Do as you like. But my book is with a big publisher. They're used to these kinds of lawsuit threats. I didn't write any identifying information in the book. I wrote it in a way that I could just skirt my way around a defamation suit in case I was ever accused. Anyway, we have great lawyers who regularly deal with this stuff.
Were you planning to ruin us like this? I wondered what you were doing these last few years. I can't believe you were up to such a no-good plan.
That's a little harsh. I've just been writing a blog anonymously for a few years.
A blog? I didn't know you could write in full sentences.
I've always been good at writing short essays and stories. I guess you didn't know because you never showed any interest in me.
You wrote the blogs and the book just out of spite?
I just wanted to share my pain with someone. Actually, I started the blog in high school. I had a big increase in the readership around 2 years ago. Then a lot of media and news started to feature it. I got a book published using its contents. The sales are doing well, and a movie release has been decided too. You never know what might happen in life, right? There must have been so many people who empathized with me and the kind of environment I grew up in.
Don't get carried away because you published one book. I bet you'll be a flash in the pan with that one book. Huh.
Sure, if it's just one book. My future isn't stable. I was worried about how I could make a living when I was kicked out from home.
Of course. Life isn't so easy to succeed in, especially for a loser like you.
But I got income from the blog advertising, book royalties, and even invited to speak at seminars these days. I'm actually earning quite a lot, you know. I would guess that I probably earn more than Aaron.
Of course not. That's impossible. How much do you earn?
I got $165,000 just from last month alone.
$165,000? Don't lie to me.
I'm not, lol. Well, last month was especially high, though. I expect I'll only get more jobs and income from now on. But it sounds like Aaron is struggling, huh? His business isn't doing so well, right? I guess if it goes bust, he'll get into huge debt.
Stop laughing! You wouldn't find it so funny if it happened to you.
I find it funny because it's a stranger's business. I'm a stranger to you since I left the house. That's what you said, right? Aaron's business went under, right? I heard from Aunt Tina. That must be rough for you guys.
It's your fault! It's all because of your darn book!
Look. Would a stable company collapse so easily because of one book? All our relatives are saying so. His company was shaky from well before. I heard that he often argues against his employees, so there's always a shortage of workers. It didn't look like he was suited to running a business after all.
But that can't be! I worked so hard to make him the best son!
I guess that's the reason, isn't it? My brother, who was coddled by you all the time, messed up, whereas I was ignored, but succeeded. The result speaks for itself.
Then all my effort was wasted?
I'm worried about you, Mom. My brother grew up selfish and childish, right? Are you okay being around such a man all the time?
Well, Aaron's upset and thinks it's my fault why his business didn't go well. He throws things at me.
Your fault? That's cruel.
I know! He blames me for my bad parenting that he says made you resent us and get back at us.
I see. Aaron's a bad guy.
Right? Aaron is no good now. Listen, Brett. I was wrong. You were much better than Aaron all along. I apologize for everything I've done to you. I want to make it up for neglecting to love you when you were a child. I'll support you forever. I love you. Brett? Hey! Hey! Are you listening to me?
Oops, sorry. I went to the restroom. I thought you were going to be talking for a while. So? Are you going to switch your favorite child from Aaron to me now?
Can you not phrase it in that way?
Well, there's no other way to phrase it. You want my money, so you changed your attitude towards me, right?
I'm not after your money. Brett, you must feel lonely, right? So that's why I thought I should spend more time with you.
That's a good reaction.
What reaction?
My editor is laughing out loud.
Editor? What do you mean?
I'm with my book editor now. We're having a meeting today because they suggested that I publish another book. Then I got a text from you, so I was showing him our conversation. I was just curious to see how you would react if I said something a little kinder than usual.
What are you doing? Don't use our private conversations to ridicule me.
He was really put off by your abrupt change in attitude. Do you know how ridiculous what you're saying is? I wonder if this would sell well in another book.
Stop it! Your mother is not a tool for you to make money. How How can you treat a human being like this?
Right back at you. Your own children were just like accessories to you, weren't we? To me, you're not my mother. Just a good topic for my writing. But people tend to get bored, so I need to find another story to write about. You're no use to me anymore.
I'm more useful to you than just as a writing topic for a book.
Well, any examples of how that's even remotely true? I'm telling you now, but I won't be impressed if you say you'll do my housework or ease my pain of being alone. I can do my chores just fine, and as for loneliness, there are plenty of options, like getting a girlfriend, friends, or pets. What exactly do I need you for? What benefits would you being around give me? Is there even any point in you existing? Say something.
I'll do anything. Anything you want me to, Brett.
Bold move. There's nothing I want or expect you to do for me. I don't even want you to be in my life.
Oh.
I have plenty of other topics that I want to write about. I don't have time to chat with you anymore.
Don't say that. Please. Brett, my son.
Your son? We're complete strangers, remember? Because your son Aaron is an only child. After that, what happened to my mother and Aaron was more or less what I expected. Aaron's company went bankrupt, so he himself got into debt, as I thought. I heard that in order to pay back his debt, he started to work in a shady company with terrible working conditions. He's stressing himself out every day, only to make peanuts. The thing that supported him after he was mentally broken wasn't our mother's love, but rather a large amount of alcohol. My brother became a complete alcoholic, often rampaging at her house. I hear that my mother is always on edge, afraid her son will get into another drunken rage. She lost a lot of weight due to her anxiety. I often hear about their situation from our relatives, but it seems like there's no one who's willing to help them. It's no surprise. It became well known how insane they are through the influence of my book. As for me, I started to use social media to support young people who suffer from toxic parents. There are so many children in the world who are in the depths of misery from the bad luck of being born into a bad environment. I'm happy if I can help such kids by sharing my life experience from my own bad upbringing. I hope that the next generation will have fewer children who suffer like I did.